Hey guys, this is Cam15 back at it with another video for you guys, joined by my co-host, the Redwolf. And we are back. It's been a long time since we actually talked Dragon Ball together.
Yeah, let's just say lately I haven't really been feeling a lot of Dragon Ball lately. So
I've reviewed the manga, and the manga chapter was a absolute banger with Frieza returning, but we're not here to talk about the manga. I'll leave a link at the outro of my video if you want to get my thoughts on the most recent manga chapter. But in terms of Dragon Ball that is new is we have another Dragon Ball movie that has come, and I guess you can say gone for people who have seen it, but it is now here, and that is the newest Dragon Ball film, the fourth one since Dragon Ball's revival, and that's Dragon Ball Superhero. Now, I remember when this movie was first announced, I was like, okay, I wonder what this movie's gonna be about. And you find out more information and everything, and you find out, well, Goku and Vegeta are not gonna really be a part of this film. It's mostly gonna be a Gohan Piccolo thing. I'm like, okay, interesting where they're gonna take it. And then we find out, 3D CGI is going to be in this film. And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And this film was definitely very, I guess, in the promotional material. Even now, it's still criticized. I will say, Toei should have did a better job at marketing this film, because you even have people here in the United States they don't even know that this movie's out in theaters now. They literally have no idea. Like the theater me and my co-host went to, it was somewhat packed, but it wasn't as packed as say what Dragon Ball Super Broly was packed.
yeah. Then again, we ordered our tickets like when people are like still like bargaining and stuff. Like,
yeah, but regardless, it wasn't a full packed theater. It was still a nice venue. Or it's still somewhat packed, but not fully packed. But again, like I said, you can go to the marketing. I think it's not even like in Japan, it's not even doing good in sales, but hopefully maybe that changes here in the States, that it actually does really good, because a lot of fans do like Dragon Ball out here. And then again, a lot of people are going to end up seeing it again because there's not only a dub showing of it, there's also a sub showing of it as well. If you're gonna ask if I'm gonna watch the sub version, probably not. If I want to watch the sub version, I can just wait till it comes out on DVD. Because I prefer dubs personally, and I prefer the Dragon Ball dub. I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z Kai. I watched the dub. Nothing wrong with the sub. I like the sub, but I prefer the dub. But overall, I wasn't really too high. I think my co-host wasn't really high on this film anyway as well. But from a non-spoiler, before we talk about spoilers, I can say with this, go see this movie. I approve, and it was actually a very surprisingly good movie. I enjoyed it. I had a good time watching it.
yeah, it's pretty solid. There were a few nitpicks here and there, but other than that, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I guess one of the things, for non-spoiler reason we can talk about, well, I thought the music was fine. Music was fine for the most part. I have to go back and re-listen to the tracks. I was just too caught up in the action and everything. But the one thing that was absolutely right is that this is not a Goku and Vegeta film. Like, when I tell you Goku and Vegeta only are like in one scene in this movie, technically two, that's it. They're not even a feature in this film. It's just, they're legitimately side characters, and they're the main characters of the story. And the movie's kind of centered around Gohan, Piccolo, and Pan. I won't go into spoilers, but it's a thing with obviously the whole premise of Pan being captured, which gets Gohan back into the fight to try to save his daughter, and then Piccolo gets tagged along. Other things ensue which go off the rails pretty much. And they have to stop the new, reformed Red Ribbon Army that makes its return. And things like that. But the story wise, I thought it was fine for the most part. the kind of the moral of the story, which, you know, the whole moral of the story is kind of like a family dynamic type of thing going on. I'll discuss more about it in my spoiler review. But that was kind of the thing about the story. Obviously, you want to get my thoughts on the CGI because that was the most controversial topic going into this film, because it's like, wait, why would they go from 2D animated stuff to 3D CGI? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, I'll say this. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Honestly, I was at a point in the film, I was fine with it. My eyes just adjusted to it and I just dealt with it and I was fine. With the exception of only one character, which was Whis. He did look a little wonky in his CGI. That's my only critique about the CGI, but other than that, it looked fine. Your thoughts on the CGI?
Honestly, I watched enough anime to be used to CGI, so I don't really have any complaints about the CGI, at least not fully.
I'm fine that Dragon Ball opened the door and tried it out, or Toei tried it. Cool. Let's not do this again, please and thank you. I want to go back to regular 2D animated stuff. Good. Nice. If you wanted to do a little test run, cool, fine. And things like that. When the anime eventually comes back, which we know it will, go back to 2D animation. I don't know if I can stand watching the Dragon Ball anime in full 3D CGI. There's only so much CGI I can take. The voices, the English, since we watched the English dub version, the English dub voices, all good, all great. Kyle Hebert as Gohan was great. Chris Sabat as Piccolo was good. It was nice to see him actually do a different role than Vegeta in the thing. Sean Schemmel and Chris Sabat play the roles of Goku and Vegeta. You know, they probably just got, well, Sean Schemmel probably got a little bit of a little nice hefty paycheck for what he did, because he didn't really do anything much. I know she's a very controversial lady with the whole news about the last film, but I thought Monica Rial as Bulma, same thing, just gets me to laugh. Which we'll talk about that.
Boy, we got us to laugh.
Hold on, let me pull up the cast for let me pull it up. The cast. Trying to find Pan's voice actress, because it's not Elise who typically does Pan. It's a different individual that does Pan. I'm trying to find her right now if I can, which is so. Are you serious? Okay. Dragon Ball Superhero Pan English dub. Okay, yeah. Here is the cast. If I can pull it up. Pan is voice acted by Gian Torado. I don't think she's gonna be the mainstay Pan voice. I think it will more than likely be for this one movie, because especially we go farther in, I feel like they're gonna bring the original voice actor of Pan, because she did voice act Pan. And I know in Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapters, she voiced acted Kid Pan, and then we know she voice acts Pan in Dragon Ball GT. So it would make sense that they would bring her back, unless I guess they have Gian Torado, I guess, finally being the Pan voice, which kind of sucks because I do like the Pan voice actress Elise performance as Pan, but I thought Gian did a pretty good job as Pan, and I liked her. I thought she had a very cute, adorable Pan voice. So yeah, what is it? Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, or Gamma 1 was voice acted by Alex Lee. I know his voice when I was listening. It sounded familiar. I just couldn't put two and two together. But Gamma 2 was voice acted by Zeno Robinson, which, if you know what he does, he's the voice actor of Go for Pokemon Journeys. He also voice acts Hawks in My Hero Academia. I thought they were both good in the roles, and I really did like them. Dr. Hito was voice acted by Zach Aguilar. Didn't know who he was, but he sounded really good. Magenta was voice acted by Charles Martinet, which he's actually Mario's voice actor, and I thought he did a really good job in it too. So yeah, but that's kind of it. Action wise, some of the best action in the series we got, and the animation did look really good. So yeah, but that's just my thoughts on non-spoiler stuff. I highly suggest, if you're a fan of Dragon Ball and you actually give this movie a shot, even if you're skeptical about it, because when you come out of the theater, you'll actually surprisingly like this film. I guess it's one of those films where it's like you don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I did not expect a lot of the stuff that happened. Like, without spoiling too much, someone gets a transformation. I didn't expect to be that person.
Yeah, but good movie. Dragon Ball fans, definitely go see it, because you need to go see it. That's all I'm gonna say. So head over to your local theater or whatever theater it is. Go see this movie. Go support this movie, and hopefully, maybe, in other countries, including the United States, maybe it does better than in Japan, because I know Japan, they didn't make a lot of money off it. They made a nice amount of money, but it didn't really sell well. Like One Piece Film Red outsold it by a massive, I guess you can say, large pay. But it maybe just goes to show you that in Japan, they don't really value characters like a Gohan or Piccolo like we in the West do. They're morely like Goku, Vegeta, that's our thing. And maybe that's why it didn't really do much. But then again, you look at the sales, they kind of match up with Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods anyways. Yes, one thing I guess for my non-spoiler people, I want to rank the 4 Dragon Ball movies. So my favorite of the recent 4 Dragon Ball movies is Dragon Ball Super Broly. So far, there has been no new Dragon Ball film that has yet to top Dragon Ball Super Broly. That shit was good. My second favorite has to probably be Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. Then my third favorite is Dragon Ball Superhero, and then my least favorite one, I still like it, but it's the weakest one out of the 4 movies, is obviously DBZ Revival of F. As for you?
Yeah, I'm actually of the same opinion. Like, number 1 is Dragon Ball Super Broly for me. Number 2 is Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, because yes, I prefer it over Resurrection F. And Dragon Ball Super. Honestly, it's kind of a tie between Superhero and Resurrection F, but I say Superhero is slightly higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand. So yeah, but that's the thing there. So that's our non-spoiler stuff on the film. We're gonna cut over to our spoiler review. So this is your spoiler warning. There'll be a short little video that gives you a spoiler alert. If you have not seen the film, click off, go to your local theater, go see the film, then come back and get our thoughts on the spoilers. But if this is it, till then, guys, stay safe, like the video, hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Dragon Ball content. I reviewed the manga and other anime properties of Dragon Ball and stuff like that. But till then, guys, catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Yeah.
Well, guys, hey, we are back and we are here to talk Dragon Ball Superhero spoilers. My God, that is the longest freaking title for this damn series.
Yeah.
So. Spoilers. Well. Let's get kind of the mini sideline plot that's going on, and that's kind of the stuff with Goku and Vegeta. Well, Goku and Vegeta are training on Beerus's planet. Broly and his group are there as well. Now, we do actually find out some information. Goku has been training Broly for some time, and we find out that every now and then he still loses control of himself when he fights, and sometimes he ends up going berserk on them. It's very interesting to find out or wonder, how do they calm him down after he goes berserk? I'm guessing since Whis is there, Whis probably knocks him out with a pressure point or something like that because he's so strong. And then that probably just does it for the count. But like I said, this is the thing that continued on from Dragon Ball Super Broly, with the fact that Goku said he would train Broly to hopefully better control his powers. So yeah, as for Broly, he's not voice acted by Vic Mignogna because of the whole situation. He's actually voice acted by Johnny Young Bosch, who also, well, we're currently watching Bleach. He's Ichigo's voice actor. Broly really didn't have a lot of lines in this film. He kind of just said one-word phrases, and that was kind of it. And he just kind of sat there because we see pretty much Whis and have a fight. At first, it was going to be like a three-way fight between the Saiyans, but then they're like, well, what if Broly loses control again? He's just going to wreck shit. And Whis like, yeah, you're correct about that. Okay, it's you two. You guys just can't transform. And we see by the post-credit scene, Vegeta finally did it. He got his W against Goku since. If we're being honest, he did beat Goku in the Saiyan Saga.
Yeah, he had to go grade 8 for that.
Well, if we're going one-on-one, he did beat He had Goku beat.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's the whole thing. They didn't really, like I said, it's interesting to see where they're going to go with this Broly angle. I think there's going to be some point where Broly is going to fight again, and it's going to be just like Kale. He's going to be able to control this legendary power he has within him, and that will probably show when he actually has pupils when he goes Super Saiyan, just like Kale did. So, and plus he's so strong, there's no need for him to have a God transformation because dude was giving God a freaking Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta fucking problems, and he was actually hanging in there fairly good enough with Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. So he doesn't really need a God form, to be honest. Now, also on Beerus's planet, there's another side plot that is another thing that I found very hilarious. And care to explain what that said other thing happened?
Let's just say Beerus shows up and he meets Lemo because of the food he was cooking. He tasted it and he thought it was delicious as usual. And then all of a sudden Sheila was carrying like a huge bag of whatever, and Beer's like, "Who is this?" And Sheila was all nervous. She was slowly turning to him, and then that's when something triggered within Beerus. Like I was like, that was the part of the film I was like, wait, this isn't what I. As the scene closes in on Beerus's face, we see him twitch. He has a thing for Chile.
Oh God!
I did not expect that.
Yeah, I did not expect that. It got a pretty good laugh in the theater. I was cracking up because I'm like, there's no fucking way this guy.
There is no way. There's legit no way.
That this guy who was like always threatening to destroy things, he falls for this green alien girl who technically is Broly's girl.
Is it? Is she?
They're not. It's not confirmed that Broly and Sheila are an item, or they're not dating, or they're married, I guess you can say. But I think a lot of people know that Broly and Sheila are going to be an item, especially if you go on Rule 34 art. Yeah, that's the thing. So Beerus has a thing for Sheila, and he was doing all these things and stuff like that, and he was hitting on her. She did give him like this cute look to try not to attack him. I think that's what got him. And we see like in the fight with Goku and Vegeta, which it was a nice, cool looking fight. The fight between those two looked really cool.
I'll be right back, Cameron.
I'll pause it. All right, back. But like I said, the fight between Goku and Vegeta was really cool. But there's a part where they crash into the water, and like obviously it's just pretty much this big ocean coming at them. Pretty much Beerus puts up this like barrier to keep him, Whis, Lemo, and Chilai all dry, and it's funny because Whis is like, "Oh my lord, it's interesting that you put a barrier up. Are you trying to protect somebody?" And obviously, Beerus gets all freaking flustered and everything. He's like, "Oh, shut up, Whis." So yeah, he makes pretty much this pretty much kind of means that I'm guessing Broly is actually just gonna live out on Beerus's planet because he likes Lemo's cooking and he makes him his official cook, and he's simping for Chilai. So I think he's fine with Broly staying. He'll probably be like, as long as he doesn't make a racket, I'll be good. But I think the thing is he's gonna be mad because Chilai is probably gonna be attending more to Broly than him.
Yeah.
She's definitely not feeling him. Now, they could play this to their advantage. So whenever Beerus almost loses his shit, well, hey, put Chilai in front of him and be like, "Oh, Chilai, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to show to me. You know, I'm really not like this." So, hey, I guess he looks like he's about to be pissed off and just Hakai something. Show him Chilai, and he'll probably be like, "Oh, Chilai, that's not me. I'm not a destroyer. Even though I'm a god of destruction, I don't destroy things on purpose." So, yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to say. Now, the reason why Goku and Vegeta are not integral, they don't really show up with the events that happen on Earth, is, well, they were eating ice cream, and Beerus throws like this big ice cream little bin on Whis' staff, which Bulma tries to contact Whis in the movie at the halfway point of the film to tell, "Hey, we need Goku and Vegeta and stuff like that." But because that's being covered, well, there's no point, and Whis can't see it. Don't understand that, but I guess it's an effective way to write out Vegeta and Goku. Plus, they're fighting, and they've legitimately fought this entire time as the events of this movie were taking place. And by the time you get to the end of the film, Whis is like, "Oh, I didn't see your call, Bulma." And Bulma's like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about it. They can just stay there," and stuff like that. Main premise of the movie. Yeah, and that's why we said Goku and Vegeta, they don't have a big role in this film. They were legitimately side characters. Honestly, I was fine with it. It was complete opposite of Dragon Ball Super Broly. So I'm fine with it. You had Goku and Vegeta have their time to shine in Dragon Ball Super Broly. They decided, hey, let's give them a back burner scene. And plus, you know, Goku and Vegeta are mainstays, especially if you read the Dragon Ball Super manga. So, you know, it's not going to hurt. And a lot of people like that. That's kind of the one thing. Is like, can we have like other characters actually be featured other than Goku and Vegeta? This is your perfect film if you want to get that. So yes. Anyways, the movie starts off. We actually get remastered 2D animated scenes, brand new, of like events from going back all the way to the original Dragon Ball series. I was just like, holy crap! It was some of the best 2D animation I've seen. And I'm like, they really couldn't do that for this film? All right, fine. Whatever. They explain about the Red Ribbon Army and how Goku took down the Red Ribbon Army. Dr. Gero was pretty much a thing. He created the androids. Then Cell came, but they ended up winning and stuff like that. All looking good. The 2D animation looked dope as shit. It looked really damn good. It crazed me for more 2D animation Dragon Ball because I know they can knock it out the park. That is when Toei gets serious. And that's pretty much where we get a pretty much understanding. We meet Charles Martinet character, which is Magenta. And he pretty much is the new boss of the Red Ribbon Army. But we find out with the Red Ribbon Army, after all the events that had happened, the Red Ribbon Army kind of turned into a pharmaceutical company, which is pretty much just a medicine type of company. But Magenta behind bars is trying to recreate the Red Ribbon Army back to its former glory. And we also find out the thing is Magenta is the son to Commander Red. Yes, Commander Red, the guy Goku who used to lead the Red Ribbon Army, the guy who was killed by Commander Black, and then Goku defeated him. Now, he was sitting at his desk, and apparently he not only had a picture of Commander Red, but I gotta look this up. I forgot the commander's name, but I think her name was Commander Violet. Red Ribbon Army commanders.
All I know is that she was one of the ones that she escaped. That escaped the attack of Goku.
Oh, I thought she died.
No, I'm pretty sure she escaped. Pretty sure she escaped that attack.
Really?
I think. I don't remember.
Oh, it's Colonel. It's Colonel Violet. I don't want to show it because I don't want to get copyright stricken. But there was an image of her on his desk, so I'm guessing it's implied Commander Red and Colonel Violet got it on, and Magenta was born. Makes sense, and because Red and Violet, you kind of fuse them, it does kind of make Magenta.
Then again, then I'm right. Then she did survive the attack. She escaped, and she later had the baby later on.
Probably because Commander Red was killed. So maybe I guess she was pregnant, and then that happened. But the thing is, he wants to bring back the Red Ribbon back to its glory. What does he want to do to achieve that?
Well, first, he heard of this other doctor, who is the son of
the grandson,
great grandson of Dr. Gero. And we see the family tree of that. And who did we see on that family tree next to Dr. Gero? The lovely Android 21, or should I say, what's her real name again?
Her real name is Vami. We see Android 16. I forgot what his real name is. But yes, we see Android 21 on the family tree. Very interesting. Very interesting. I told my co-host after the film, if they want to do one more Android story, what's a better way? They kind of made Android 21 in a way seemingly canon to the main timeline. If they want to do another Android story where you have another evil Android plot line, only other Android I could decide on doing, Android 21.
Mm-hmm. I just wonder how her story is gonna go, since I'm pretty sure nobody would want the same story from Dragon Ball Fighters. Because
if they bring back Android, if they have Android 21 be a future antagonist, I would change the story slightly, and I wouldn't make her a crazy hungry Majin. I just make her an android. Now, if they want to keep the Majin feature, I hope that she's not a crazy lunatic about eating food. Because that was our whole MO in the Fighter Z thing. I think they should do it because, the fan service is going to be there, and a lot of people are going to be thirsting over Android 21 if she ends up becoming a main villain. So they threw that hint, it could potentially be a possibility that could happen. Potential possibility. Mm-hmm. I honestly hope Android 21 is a future villain down the line. One of the reoccurring characters that comes later in. But yes, he's the grandson of Dr. Gero, and he's this brilliant mind. Now, we find out he was locked up in prison. He ends up getting out, and my God, what a way to freaking start your intro, because the little dude grabs a grenade and literally blows up the prison.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's a guy that's about justice and liking superheroes, and he creates these androids and everything, and he wants to create this superhero android. Now, Magenta ends up picking him up. He kind of goats him into getting into the car. He kind of wants nothing to do, but the thing is, he finds Dr. Hito, that's his name, finds out, oh, you work for the Red Ribbon Army and stuff like that. I'm not really about your stuff and everything, but Magenta's trying to get him to side with him, and he kind of tells a lie. What is that lie?
That apparently Bulma and the others that were fighting with Goku, fighting side by side with Goku, they're the real villains, and he said that the Red Ribbon Army are just trying to make a better world or something. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much. He says oh, they're aliens and stuff like that. Which was funny because when Gohan showed up and he transformed to a Super Saiyan, the dude's like, "Oh, they really are aliens." I'm like, yes, we already know that. So yeah. And that's kind of when this little lie for Dr. Hito goats him into helping the Red Ribbon Army and creating eventually, which is Gamma 1, Gamma 2, and then we later find out also Cell Max. Anyways, some time passes and we focus in on Piccolo. He is now training Pan, who is 3 years old in this film. And this movie takes place 1 year before the End of Z tournament, because Pan is like 3 or 4 in the End of Z tournament when she competes in it. Yeah, something like that. In the End of Z tournament. But it was good to see Pan, and again, the thing is, Piccolo's just trying to teach her how to fly, but she can pretty much do a nice job at fighting, and even freaking Piccolo's like, you're going at a fast rate, like not even freaking your dad was this strong at a young age and everything, which was pretty cool to see. You get to see, the nice dynamic between Pan and Piccolo was very adorable, very cute. And pretty much the thing is, he tells her, like, in order for you to start using Ki Blast, well, you gotta learn how to fly, and she doesn't know how to fly. Now, if you go back and watch Dragon Ball Super, that one filler episode, you see that baby Pan did fly. My only guess is she was a baby and she forgot to do that.
Yeah, she wasn't even really self-conscious about it. I don't know.
Yeah, and even when she was a baby, she did that stuff, but it was like out of just pure instinct. And then after that, she would act like a baby, like as nothing ever happened. They're like, wait, what the fuck just happened? So yeah, now she ends up leaving, and the whole thing is Piccolo gets a call. He has a house now, and he's got a cell phone that he holds legitimately like this every time he's on the screen. And I'm like, does this guy know how to operate a freaking phone, bro? He just holds it up like, huh? You all right, Bulma? Yeah. But we see it to where Videl contacts him and say, like, can you please do us a favor of picking up Pan from school, please? And Piccolo's like, why can't Gohan do it? And Videl's like, oh, well, you see, he's very busy with his schoolwork, and he's working on this, project he's got for his class. And he's like, and Piccolo's like, oh, brother. He ends up going over to Gohan's house, and he's like, dude, can you go pick up your damn daughter, dude? Why do I have to do this? Oh, and then the funny thing is, Videl said, oh, thank you. I'll make sure I get you like this food. And Piccolo's like, I don't eat food. I drink water. And then she's like, oh, okay, then I'll give you those nice plushies that you love so much. And he's like, wait, I don't. And then you just see
one is already too many.
And you see this guy has like freaking 5, 6, 7 plushies. He goes to Gohan's house and it's like, why can't you pick up your daughter? And then he also tells him, like, dude, have you been training? And obviously Gohan's like, no, I've kind of been busy, and stuff like that. And I think he also makes an ant pun about the fact that I guess ants are glowing like they're Super Saiyans. And he's
Super
like,
Saiyans.
Yeah.
Super
I'm like, dude, come on, bro. Some of the jokes do actually land. Some of the jokes are like, all right, yeah, it's all right. But I'm like, the Super Saiyan ants thing was like, all right, yeah. Honestly, I kind of felt myself face palming. I'm like, dude, why are you so cringe, Gohan? Why are you so cringe? So
2 words. Great Saiyaman.
Yeah, that probably did that a lot in terms of his cringe personality. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if they're foreshadowing that we're gonna get maybe a potential ant villain in the future.
Stop.
Okay. I won't give any ideas.
No more ants. No more ant talk, please.
No. So yeah. Piccolo also makes a mention like, I don't like the damn dolls your wife keeps giving me. Gohan's like, but I thought you loved those things. He's like, I don't. So yeah, he pretty much tells Gohan he needs to train, he needs to get stronger, needs to worry about more of his family because, the thing is, he's like, because Gohan's, let's just say he kind of reverts back to somewhat of his Buu Saga self / after Buu Saga self. of going where, oh, my dad and Vegeta are here and they're super strong. I don't need to worry about them no more. I don't need to worry about being to the Earth's protector because they'll be the ones to protect Earth. And the whole thing about Gohan, as we know, is like, no, ninja, if you train and you train on a consistent basis, you can legitimately be one of the strongest warriors in this planet. And they even reference in this film, like, dude, you can legitimately surpass your father if you put your mind to it, which I guess that'll be the next controversial topic in the coming months. Is Gohan stronger than Goku with his new transformation? I don't think.
Better question: is he stronger than Gogeta?
Oh, so you watched that Geekdom video? I see.
No, I just saw the thumbnail.
Oh, I take it you'll be watching that video soon, aren't you?
Yeah, soon.
Okay. But yeah, that's the whole thing there. And I find it funny how Piccolo puts the weighted training clothes from his Cell Saga or his Android Saga design at the end, and he was like, "Oh crap, this is a little bit heavy," and that's what Piccolo's like.
Yeah, you didn't have any trouble with it as a kid.
Yeah. And that's kind of the moral of the story. The moral of the story is like kind of this family moral of always being there for your family members at the same time. It's also kind of this repeated Gohan story of you need to consistently train, because if you consistently train, you can tap into power that far exceeds what people never expected, because we know Gohan to be one of the characters in Dragon Ball that has like super high potential. And we see how strong he can get when he consistently trains. So yeah, that's the thing. Now, before I continue on, I'll be back. Our timer, because we're on a timer. I'll be back, and we'll continue the spoilers. So be back real fast. Okay, we're back. But yeah, that's the whole thing there. Now, Piccolo goes back. I think it goes back. He ends up actually getting attacked. And it's by Gamma number 2. And pretty much the whole thing is, Gamma's just told, oh yeah, I was sent to just kill you and stuff like that. They make references about Kami and things like that, which we haven't heard anything about Kami since a long time. But the fight pretty much ends out with Piccolo getting out of there. Gamma 2, for some dumb reason, doesn't freaking scan his area. And he just he goes back to the Red Ribbon Army. Piccolo ends up following him, finds out what's ultimately going on by sneaking in as a Red Ribbon Army soldier, and he pretty much finds out that the Red Ribbon Army are hunting down Goku and company. But what is the main thing that kind of shocks him?
That they're creating another Cell.
Yeah, and Piccolo knows the full dangers of Cell, and he even hears from Dr. Hito the fact that Cell is not yet been completed, so they can't release him, and he would pretty much be a rampaging monster if they were to release him. But we see how Magenta, he's very hell-bent on wanting to release Cell Max. Now, pretty much Piccolo is like, I gotta tell somebody, because Goku and Vegeta need to get here. And that's when he ends up calling Bulma, saying, you need to call Goku and Vegeta, because we got a huge problem here. A huge problem. Things ensue. Eventually Bulma finds the communicator, which that was one of the fan service scenes we got of Bulma. I kid you not. It was a part of the movie, then they cut over to Bulma.
You're telling me she's that thick and she still wants it to be thicker?
Yeah, the scene as Bulma's looking for the thing, it cuts to a scene of Bulma's ass literally shaking, just moving back and forth. So people who just are thirsty for Bulma, the fan service for Bulma was real in this movie. So yeah, she ends up finding it. But like I said, she ends up calling Piccolo back, saying, yeah, Whis is not picking up. So that's when Piccolo ends up going to the lookout tower. He ends up telling Korin first. And he tells him the situation, everything. They need to get sensu beans, yada yada yada. He then ends up going to the lookout tower to try to get a power increase. What does he ask Dende?
he asked him to give a Piccolo to unlock his potential, just like a Ground Elder Guru did. But then they said that he can't do that until like he reached like a certain elding age.
Yeah.
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 Sorry.
Yeah. And then, but the thing is, they come up with a good idea. And what's that good idea?
They use the Dragon Balls. They're gonna use the Dragon Balls to help Piccolo unlock his latent potential. And that's when things start to get really surprising.
Yeah, he pretty much splashes, I'm guessing, the sacred water. It increases the Dragon Ball's powers, or wish powers, to grant stronger wishes, pretty much. And we pretty much found out from Dende that Bulma pretty much used the Capsule Corporation to find the Dragon Balls, to pretty much keep them out of harm's way of evil. But we get to the summoning of the Dragon Balls, and we find out what ultimately Bulma uses the Dragon Balls to wish for. Now, we do know that she did this back in Dragon Ball Super Broly, because in Dragon Ball Super Broly, she did explain how she uses the Dragon Balls to kind of touch up her skin.
Then again, she's always been like that since the very beginning of Dragon Ball in general. If you recall, all the way back in Dragon Ball, she wanted to wish for a boyfriend and stuff, like just to improve her status, I guess.
Yeah. Now Piccolo ends up wishing for a power increase, and and Shenron actually says, "Oh, and you got also a little bit extra more power as well." That's when we later see in the fights and at the Red Ribbon Army base, and then it cuts over to Bulma. So Bulma's two wishes: eyelashes
and a bigger
booty. I'm guessing Prince Vegeta just loves Bulma's butt so much that he keeps tapping it, or she just wants a big ass.
Yeah, she's probably not even thinking about Vegeta when she wished that.
Yeah. And she gets those wishes, and I'm like, well, damn. And it's funny because Piccolo's just like, how could you wish for such selfish wishes? And the thing is, everybody would always get on her for asking for these selfish wishes and stuff like that. She's like, oh, really? You need to shut up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but
I'm like, so pretty much you're just getting plastic surgery using the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
So if they ever decide to incorporate the Omega Shenron storyline where the dragon turns on the Z Fighters, well, the first person to blame.
Oh, Bulma.
I won't be shocked if the next time she wishes is to have her boobs bigger.
Well, let's not forget she forgot one important thing.
And what's that?
She forgot that she can also just tell the dragon to call Goku and Vegeta over.
Oh yeah, that's right. They forgot that the last time, but pretty much Piccolo's like, it doesn't matter. We'll handle this on their own time. But anyways, the thing that gets Gohan to join the fight is Piccolo pretty much gets a good idea of capturing Pan, because what's the one way to get Gohan to fight? You somehow affect his family involved in it. So along with this Red Ribbon Army grunt, they pretty much, get Pan. Pan pretty much is like, oh, Mr. Piccolo, hey, how you doing? And he's like, wait, you saw me under the mask? She's like, oh yeah, I sense your energy. I know who you are. And I'm like, smart kid. Mm-hmm. She also shows up how strong she is because she knocks out the dude that was trying to catch the one red ribbon grunt. But pretty much Piccolo tells her, listen, just play along that you're captured, because we're going to get your dad to come and help and fight so he can save you. And Pan just plays along with this. She's like, really? I get to see my dad fight? Because I guess it's implied that she never got to see Gohan fight, which makes sense. She's too young, so of course she would never sell her dad fight. And that's kind of the thing too. She wants to see her dad fight and her dad being there for her, because I'm guessing they imply that Gohan's fairly distant from Pan. He tries to spend time with Pan, but he's always busy with his scholarly work. I'm guessing that they're implying he has no time for his own damn daughter, which I'm like, come on, man. You gotta be better than that.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you copying your dad now?
Father like son.
So she plays along with it, and she's more than welcome to play along with it. So they end up going to Gohan's place, and Gohan cannot see that Piccolo is right then and there in his face, but his own damn daughter can know that.
That's how you know Gohan's been slacking.
I saw this. I'm like, dude, you cannot be this freaking bad at your own job. How do you not know that's Piccolo?
And then again, he's kind of blind without his glasses too.
Well, he was wearing his glasses at the same time. He was wearing his glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pretty much say, they pretty much threaten him, and Gohan's like, okay, whatever, I'll just call the police. So get off my property, please. And then they just show him like, well, yeah, we've captured your daughter. And then he's like, oh shit, I gotta freaking do something. He literally freaking asked the dude where Pan is, damn near making a huge ass crater near his home, which we see in the credits. Videl is visibly pissed off.
We shouldn't talk about the credits yet, dude.
Whatever. She's visibly pissed off. So Gohan's got some explaining to do to his lovely wife, who we know back in the day she would kick his ass, and she probably definitely did kick his ass when he told her like, "Oh, Videl, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do this." She's definitely gonna be giving him the Gohan.
Yeah.
Oh
Again, we shouldn't talk about that yet. Let's just talk about how Gohan was raging over his daughter, creating a huge crater over deeper and deeper and deeper until that guy beat himself to death.
Yeah, his house was like slipping over, but they pretty much live off Hercule's money, so
yeah.
Hercule will be like, "Oh, we'll just fix that right up. Here's the money, honey." Because we know Hercule. So yeah. Which is funny too. The Red Ribbon Army actually thought that Hercule was a threat.
Yep.
When I heard that line said in the movie, they're like, "Oh, Mr. Satan, he could actually be super strong." I'm just like, all right, yeah, sure. All he would have to see is Gamma 1 and what Gamma 1 or Gamma 2 would do, and he'd be like, "Oh, I didn't do anything." So, yes. Anyways, they take Gohan to the Red Ribbon Army base. You get this one crazy rain scene. Visibly, it looks really good. The animation was looking real good for this scene. It's funny because before I did this review, I watched another reviewer, and he said, "You know, that fight with Gamma 1 and Gohan and with the rain, it kind of reminds you back of the Future Trunks special when Future Gohan fought Android 17 and 18 in the rain." And I'm like, I didn't think about that. Nice callback to that, or nice homage or reference to that.
Yeah.
So yes. Now Gohan's fighting Gamma 1, but Gohan is having trouble with Gamma 1. Gamma 1 pretty much adapts the way Gohan fights. And even then, he's kind of giving him some trouble after Gohan goes Super Saiyan. And Piccolo's just like, oh shit, I gotta think of something because Gohan's gonna get himself killed, potentially. And he gets the idea to make Pan fake like as she's getting strangled. Now the other Gammas, now we find out the Gammas, they actually kind of have a moral compass. They're like, wait, that doesn't sound very superhero-like. And even when they see Piccolo doing that, they're like, what are you doing? That's not what a superhero would do.
Yeah, and Piccolo and Pan were like, eh?
He's like, oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, and that's when Gohan literally went ultimate Gohan.
Yeah, and he gets the edge over Gamma 1 and everything. Eventually, the thing is, Piccolo ends up showing up. He has his fight with Gamma 2, and that's when he shows off his new power. And yeah,
I was not expecting this, dude. I I
Piccolo gets a new form, and this form is called Orange Piccolo. Now, the name is kind of tacky, if you ask me. I think that this new form has something to do with like the Namekian tree of like salvation or life or something, whatever they call it. I'd rather would have just called him like God Piccolo or Namekian God Piccolo or something else.
I'll just stick to calling him Beast Piccolo if that's okay with everybody.
Fine by that, I guess. But this official name is called Orange Piccolo because his color palette turns orange pretty much. But he's beefed up, he's bigger, and he's buff.
And he's tanky.
Oh yeah, he was taking a Gamma 2 was giving him shots, and Piccolo was like,
is that the best you can do and stuff?
Yeah. And yeah, now we don't know how strong Orange Piccolo is, or Piccolo in his transform status, especially compared to Goku and Vegeta. Now we know Goku and Vegeta are infinitely stronger, but I'm guessing now you can say with Orange Piccolo, he's probably, I guess you can say this is his God transformation now, where he can be able to fight stronger threats that he probably couldn't handle in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fine with it. I was always down for Piccolo to eventually get a transformation or some sort of power-up boost that I'm guessing, makes him at least respectable. We don't know if this would put him on the level of the God characters, or like at least maybe a Super Saiyan God level. I'm just saying that Super Saiyan God Red, Super Saiyan God Red level. That's the limit I'm going to.
I kind of doubt it, honestly. Yeah, it's pretty strong, but I highly doubt it's going to be on the level of God.
Well, he can always train with the form and get stronger.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. There's clearly going to be a future of Orange Piccolo. Only time will tell. But the one thing I was happy is the fact that they gave Piccolo something to make him stronger. So in future arcs of Dragon Ball, he's not, I guess you can say, just wasteless character. Like, if we're matching up, he's like probably the fourth strongest Z warrior, because you got Goku. Oh, actually, no, probably the fifth if you count Broly, because you got Goku, Vegeta, Broly, then Gohan, especially with his new form, and now Piccolo. So this puts him on a respectable level now. And mind you, like I said, I still have yet to add Oob, and we know Oob, he has God powers within him because of the reincarnation of Boo. Boo just never understood how to manifest those God powers.
Wait, did you mention Vegeta yet? Did you mention Vegeta in that list?
Yeah, Vegeta. I mentioned Vegeta in that list. I said Piccolo, I said Goku, Vegeta, Broly, Gohan, and then Piccolo.
Mm-hmm.
So Piccolo's the fifth strongest Z warrior. Like I said, that's counting Broly. But I'm cool with it. I like the form. It looks pretty badass. His antennae, they're actually pointing up.
Mm-hmm.
And then his facial features, it's like more defined. He's like, So, hey, I'm definitely down. So yeah, he gets the upper hand, and things are just going from bad to worse and everything. And eventually, the word gets out that Magenta was fooling Dr. Hito this entire time. It was all a ploy, and they're like, "Oh no, we really got fooled like that." So Magenta pretty much runs off to try to activate Cell Max, but Dr. Hito tries to stop him. But the Gammas, they kind of like, okay, I guess we're cool now and everything. The Pan looks like she's ended up being saved for the time being, but that's when we have a confrontation between Magenta and Dr. Hito, and Magenta is trying to activate Cell Max and everything because he's pretty much sick and tired of the androids. He's like, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are absolute failures. I knew I should have taken things into my own hands. But Dr. Hito shows up. And thing is, Magenta is like, please, you're nothing. You're just a damn kid. He pulls out his gun, shoots him, but what's the thing? But surprisingly, Dr. Hito, he survives because it's explained later earlier in the film that he did something to his skin to where his body can take pretty much high tolerances of attacks, and he's not really that badly hurt. So yeah, but he ends up using this B camera thing to sting Magenta, and the thing is, apparently, like, it pretty much badly poisons him to death, pretty much. But as Dr. Hito's kind of monologue, he turns around like pretty much like this, and he's just like, well, you see, I knew I could win. You won't activate Cell Max, and I told you the stinger is this. But in the background, what is Magenta doing?
Yeah, he slowly raises his dying fist up and then slams it down on the button, and activates the monster.
Yes, Cell Max.
And just imagine, if he just waited a little tad longer, we probably would have gotten the same kind of personality Cell.
Well, we don't know that. But that's always speculation for another day. Now, Cell Max. What can I say about Cell Max? He's just a big, bulking, brooding monster. That's it.
Like Herudagon.
Pretty much. He has no control, and he just is a monster that continues to fight. And also, Cell Max is in his second form, but he doesn't have the dark green features. He has some green, but it's mostly colored with red. It's fine by me. The reason why it's his second form instead of his perfect form, well, the thing is, Toriyama's actually a huge fan of the second form. He likes second form Cell. Originally, second form Cell was supposed to be his final form, but then his editors were like, no, this ain't feeling it. And I'm like, you know what? He's right. Second form Cell looks ugly, especially when you say the black part and people say, oh, it's like a mustache he has. And we can all admit that perfect Cell looks 10 times better than this. But again, Toriyama, well, he doesn't have to listen to his editors no more, and it's pretty much like, this is my movie, so we're doing second form Cell finally as a main bad guy. But Cell Max was an absolute freaking monster. Just absolute destruction within his vicinity.
Yeah.
Now, Bulma, yes, Big Booty Bulma shows up, and she actually brings some help. Android 18, who's got a new haircut, Krillin, who's still a police officer, and the day has finally come. Teen Goten and Teen Trunks has finally appeared for the first time in a Dragon Ball series, and it's something Dragon Ball related since the end of the tournament.
Good grief.
You don't have the Kid Trunks voice actor. I think it's Kara Edwards or something like that. I think it's Kara Edwards. No, Kara Edwards voices Kid Goten. I forgot Kid Trunks voice actress, but she doesn't have to worry about Alexis Tipton. Alexis Tipton doesn't have to come reprise the role for Trunks. They got Eric Bale to do Teen Trunks voice.
Awesome.
Good. Now, it's funny because they do make a reference of the fact, like, because apparently they asked it's Piccolo that's like, wait, Goten and Trunks? I barely recognize you. Damn, a lot of times pass, I'm like, hold on, you haven't seen these characters? Then I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Over the 10-year time skip, the Z fighters near the end of Z tournament, they didn't really see each other a lot. They kind of went their own ways, and then they came back to, stuff like that. But I'm just like, okay. And they make a funny reference of like, wait, I remember you guys were just a little small. And Gohan pretty much says, oh yeah, well, you see, Saiyans, they kind of have a late growth spurt. And then again, it's like, I guess I really can't get mad because if you go back to the original Dragon Ball, Goku legitimately looked like a little kid up until the Demon King Piccolo saga. And then when you get to the 23rd World Martial Arts tournament arc or saga, he's grown up to a teenager. So I guess I can't really be that mad about this whole Goten and Trunks never age, because you could say the same thing about Goku in the original Dragon Ball series. But I'm glad that we get Teen Trunks and Teen Goten. It's been such a long time. Now they don't look like they look like, well, Goten doesn't look like he looks like at the end of Z. He kind of has a little bit longer hair. He kind of looks somewhat similar to Yamcha in a way. Just shorter, long hair, but you know. And then Trunks. The only difference with Team Trunks is he doesn't have the purple hair. He has the blue hair, because super continuity wise for Dragon Ball, if future Trunks had blue hair, well, this current version of Trunks has to have blue hair, even though his hair was purple. I still don't understand that. I still don't understand the hair color change.
Wait, was his hair purple in the manga as well, or
I don't even know.
In the colored manga? I mean, I
don't even know. I think in some colored, yes. Some other colors, it was just straight up purple. I don't know. Still to this day, we have not got an answer why they decided to change Trunks' hair color. And they can't just use the excuse, oh, he dyed it, unless it's something with his Bulma lineage within him that his hair goes from purple to blue. I don't know. In the one Dragon Ball movie, Path to Power, Bulma's hair as a teenager was purple. Heck, there's even some Dragon Ball Z colored mangas that just depicts her hair as purple. Don't know what that means, but okay, whatever. I'm moving on from this point. I'm already sick and tired of talking about blue hair Trunks. Whatever. So they participate in the fight, and it's pretty much a joint operation fight with the Gammas, Gohan, Piccolo, Trunks, Goten, Krillin, and 18 to try to take down Cell Max. Now, what's the weak point of Cell Max?
The very top of his head.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're trying to do everything, but none of their attacks are really doing anything. He's moving way too fast, and he's too much of a freaking beast. And that's what, and then we have a very emotional sacrifice.
Yeah, Gamma 2.
Now I understand why Zeno Robinson they did this to Gamma 2. Now I still like Zeno Robinson, but maybe they just did it because, well, no, this came out in Japan first, but I guess maybe that's why they gave Zeno Robinson Gamma number 2 for the English dub. Because he's too much focused on other properties like Pokemon, My Hero, and other roles he's got to do. So maybe that's why. I don't know. But he pretty much charges all his power into one to try to take down Cell Max. But the only thing he gets is at least his arm taken off. But even with one arm, Cell Max is still a effing problem. Like, he's still a problem. And he ends up dying. He uses all his energy, ends up dying. We end up seeing how he pretty much gets Thanos and disintegrates into dust, but okay. Crazy things happen. Goten Trunks, what do? They decide to do the fusion. But what happens? They failed the fusion and they turn into the chubby one. Yeah. So everybody, the tease of Teen Gotenks / Adult Gotenks has still yet to be fully realized yet. We've been waiting for years to see Teen Gotenks or Adult Gotenks. The only time we've seen Adult Gotenks is Super Dragon Ball Heroes. I want to see him in the official canon. GT purposely avoided him for some damn reason. I still hate the fact in GT they never gave us Adult Gotenks. Here, they just use the excuse, oh, it's been a while since we fused, so we forgot how to fuse, and that's how they messed up. Now, we see at the end of the film, when Pan's flying all over the place, they do fusion again, but they hide it again, and they did it right this time. I'm done with Toriyama hiding Adult Gotenks. I don't know if they're building it up for some epic Gotenks moment in the future, but I need to see adult Gotenks. That's another thing people have been dying to see. I know my co-host, who's a Gotenks fan, has been dying to see that.
Well, yeah, you're bringing back my Budokai 2 days back in middle school.
Yep. Anyways. As I was saying, they fuse. They do help out. Bad Gotenks isn't utterly useless. He actually does help out a lot. If I'm being honest. Hell, Krillin even helps out a lot. He saves his own wife from Cell Max. But the thing is, Piccolo turns into his Orange Piccolo form. And that's when Krillin actually reminds Piccolo, hey, why don't you do the thing you did at the 23rd martial arts tournament? And there's a callback to that, and he goes giant. So he pretty much pulls a Xenoverse 2, because that's what the Piccolo races can do, the Namekian race can do. They can go giant. And he brings that back. And we get a freaking kaiju battle. I'm just like, I don't care. I'm loving this. I'm liking this.
Oh my god. I honestly, I've been begging for Piccolo to go giant again all this time, and now they finally brought it back after all this time. I'm like, yes.
Yep. But although Piccolo is going giant, still he's getting his butt whooped by Cell Max, and it gets to the point he's just getting beat down to an absolute pulp. And the thing is, they're waiting for Gohan to charge up to have enough energy to take him down in one shot, take down Cell Max in one shot. But Gohan's watching all this. He's watching Piccolo just get absolutely destroyed. And it looks to the point where you think, oh shit, is Piccolo actually gonna fucking die?
It was close.
Yeah. And when it looks like Piccolo's dead and Cell Max is holding Piccolo, pretty much Gohan snaps. And pretty much, I guess you can say a recreation of when he went Super Saiyan 2 back in the Android saga. Same thing happens here. The same, and the way it's done, exact word for word, same thing. You see that red line, dude, where he's like, and then it just breaks, and he's like, ah! Kyle Aber had to put a lot into that voice. That's all I can say. And then that's when we get a new form of Gohan.
Yeah. Beast form.
Yes, it's a Beast Gohan. He has white hair like Ultra Instinct, but red eyes. And yeah, he definitely looks, his hair, the way it looks just like a longer Super Saiyan 2 hair.
Yeah, it made him look exactly like how he looked back in the Cell games.
Yeah, which is an automatic callback to that, because Gohan versus Cell. He pretty much takes the fight to Cell Max. He blocks an attack from Cell Max, and he's like, "That's the best you got." And the thing is, Piccolo manages to wrap his arm, holds him down, and is pretty much holding Cell Max in place. And I'll call back to what they did in the Saiyan saga with Goku and Piccolo. But this time, you have Gohan doing the same thing and Piccolo holding off Cell. Cell. And what does Gohan do that honestly shocked me?
Yeah, he did the special beam cannon instead of the Kamehameha, like we thought he would do.
But yeah, he fires a special beam cannon, fires through Cell Max's head, destroys Cell Max's head. Like I said, Cell Max was damn near powerful. This guy had like this gigantic green ball of energy that was just getting bigger, and they showed from the Earth view. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm just like, so what the hell? This guy is what? But Gohan managed to do it. I'm guessing Goku and Vegeta were too busy fighting each other to realize what the hell is going on. Because I don't care how far they are. They had to have sensed Gohan's power. Because that's what they did in Revival of F when Gohan charged up as much as he could to a Super Saiyan, and Goku felt that.
I guess even if they did arrive there, they probably wouldn't be able to do much considering they would be exhausted.
True, but they would have just probably went. And I'm guessing this movie takes place after the Granola arc. They would have just went Ultra Instinct or and Ultra Ego, absolutely destroyed Cell Max with utter ease. That's why. But anyways, Gohan defeats him. Cell Max. The day is saved. Pan is saved. She ends up flying around everything. So she mastered to fly, and Piccolo's like, well, I guess we can start the next part of your training, which is doing Ki Blast and everything. And yeah, that's kind of it. Piccolo asks Gohan, how is he able to do the special beam cannon? And pretty much Gohan's like, well, I kind of did some secret training in secret, kind of saying that he still trains from time to time when he can get his time in. So yeah, but I'm like, I'm not actually shocked. Of course, he would pick that up from Piccolo because he'd taken a bunch of attacks from Piccolo. The Masenko is technically a Piccolo attack as well, or it's a Piccolo's race, a Namekian attack or something like that, or a demon thing. But yeah, that's kind of where the movie ends, and things go back to normal and stuff like that. Again, you know, you get your credits. Oh, I forgot to mention, Dr. Hito is now going to be working for the Capsule Corporation now. And he's working with Bulma to help her skin stay smooth. Yeah.
God damn it, Bulma.
Plastic surgery must be doing her well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but we clearly see how the end of the Z tournament, that plastic surgery still, well, it somewhat works. I still think End of Z Bulma still looks good, but not as attractive as her younger years, though. So, yeah. But hey, that's her thing. But that's pretty much it of the movie. But like I said, the moral of the story was this family dynamic, and the whole thing is of Gohan continually training to get stronger. And I know the timer. I see the timer. We're about to finish up. But the thing is, with Beast Gohan, we don't know how strong he truly is. But I think we can say this is his version of a god form. I'm shocked that they didn't do the hair color a different color. If you count the other colors on the color wheel, there hasn't been an orange hair Saiyan transformation, but
that would look weird.
Orange Piccolo. Orange Piccolo. They've already done green because Kale and Broly. They already did red, blue, yellow, purple for Vegeta, Ultra Ego. There's nothing else on the color wheel they can do. A brown-haired form?
Nah, that would look weird.
But okay, the only difference is even though Gohan has white hair, he's got red eyes. Fine by me. Hopefully this is a mainstay going forward in the future of the series. That, well, this is now Gohan's god form. And we know he actually did give Super Saiyan Blue Goku somewhat of a run for his money in their fight they had in Dragon Ball Super Anime. So it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how Gohan fares up against Goku now.
Let's see.
But anyways, yeah, this movie was strictly behind family and Gohan training to get stronger. And before I end this thing off, hopefully this means Gohan at least caters some time to training, and they don't do this whole angle of, oh, Gohan, you haven't been training for about a year. How can you be slacking off so much? And I think the whole thing with Gohan's story is being the Earth's protector when Goku and Vegeta are not there. And that's kind of the thing. So, yeah, especially with what's going on in the manga, makes a lot of sense to why now Frieza got a lot stronger. Because now you got Orange Piccolo, Beast Gohan, Ultra Instinct Goku, Ultra Ego Vegeta. Holy shit. Anyways, I enjoyed this movie. I like the new forms for Gohan and Piccolo. It gives them a power boost to keep them up with Goku and Vegeta. Probably not on the same level, but it keeps them up with them, at least where they're respectable. But I'd give this movie, honestly, a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed this film.
I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, because, yeah, it's good. It's just that it's kind of, the plot's kind of weak compared to...
Yeah, it's kind of a generic plot.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's more of a moral story than a, you know, fleshed out story. It's not the best, but it's passable. It's passable. It's
Yeah.
just this whole thing about family and heart and, you know, training to protect your loved ones and stuff like that. But that's kind of it.
They do be built like Vin Diesel. Okay.
Yeah. As for where the series goes, I have no clue. That's really based on where the manga goes. So read the manga. As for the anime, I don't know what the next thing we're gonna get anime wise. We could be getting another movie in a year or two. Or we could finally be getting the return of the anime. Which I'm definitely ready for the return of the anime to come back for Dragon Ball Super, because I want to see some of the stuff in the manga get animated now. But anyways, guys, we're gonna get out of here. We both enjoyed the movie. Go check out Dragon Ball Superhero in your local theaters. Support this movie because you will like this movie a lot. Anyways, guys, catch you guys in the next video. Leave a like if you like this video. Put in the comment section your thoughts on Dragon Ball Superhero. Hit that subscribe button, not only to my channel but my co-host channel. Leave a link in the description below. And the next time I will be talking Dragon Ball, will probably be chapter 88 in Dragon Ball Super. But other than that, in terms of other Dragon Ball content, I might plan on doing arc rewatches and arc re-reviews. And then 2, I might also review all the movies again, going from the first movie to Dragon Ball Super Broly, because I never got a chance to review that. But anyways, guys, catch you guys later. Peace.
Peace.